Hello, my name is Professor Kathleen Comerford, and I'd like to invite you to participate in the European Jesuit Library's Provenance project. Provenance has to do with the history of ownership, and this project investigates the ownership of books in libraries in Europe between 1540 and 1773, which is a period during which a group of priests called Jesuits were among the most important educators in Europe and therefore had an awful lot of books. Books that looked like this. You can see that they're printed books with some manuscript annotations. And we have a lot of information about these books, and I'm gathering that information together to create a database. The European Jesuit Library's Provenance Project seeks out copies of all books which were known at some point to be owned by Jesuits, in order to understand the past in multiple ways. For example, looking at the history of the book or of printing, looking at intellectual and cultural history, in particular at material culture, which basically is the history of the collection of stuff. And then we bring that history to the public via social media with a specific emphasis on Instagram and by a website. Students have worked for me in the past. Here are some of their pictures. I've had more than one undergraduate MA thesis project, non-thesis MA project, and a large number of undergraduate interns dating back to fall of 2019, and they've worked for me over the summer and during the course of semesters. The provost's office at one point did pay an undergraduate intern as part of their research for students offerings. I do not have that opportunity this semester, so this is a 4-credit unpaid internship. And I've also had lots of support from librarians here on the Georgia Southern campus. All of these students have worked very hard, and I thank them for the work that they've done, and I'd love to add more photographs to this list. What they have done is taken the photographs which I've created from the books that I have seen and turned them into a digital archive at something called Digital Commons. And this has involved uploading photographs, but also annotating them and arranging the information into specific fields. And more important than that, it has involved bringing that information to the public via the use of the social media platform Instagram. We already have, as you can see, an account there, and it's been used in the past for things like describing the books specifically and also focusing on what the books can tell us that wasn't printed in them, like the doodling, like relating the books to specific events that are going on in our lives. I give the students a pretty free rein with that because I want them to bring the history of the book to people. This is the website. I'm the one who maintains this, but I need help. And so in addition to the things that have already been started, and we're very nearly finished with the Digital Commons, we need to jazz up the website, make it a lot more user-friendly, make it a lot more informative. The digital infrastructure, in other words, continues to need some work. And I started a project which is specifically related to the interpretation of data that has to do with the work of women printers. There's a relatively small number of them in the database. Only about 10% of the books have some connection to women printers, but those women have not been studied in depth, and we are building a bibliography and biography about these women printers in order to create a more complete picture of religious life and education in early modern Europe. I hope you will consider joining us. If you have any further questions, this is how to reach me. You may also look us up on Digital Commons and via this webpage, and I really hope to hear from you. Thank you.